Hello everyone, and welcome to game 1 in a series between Agatha and Focus here on Twisted Meadows. Focus playing under the name Like Anivia. Not quite sure why he's playing under the name Like Anivia. It does make casting a little bit more difficult, as I will just be forced to say human versus orc throughout this matchup. Now, Anivia spawning as, or the orc player spawning here as blue, I guess, or in the blue trunks over here at what I will call the top left-hand side of the map of Twisted Meadows. Meanwhile, pink Agatha spawning here as the human player. It is going to be a human versus orc, as I mentioned, and it should be an archmage versus a blade master, as we already see the Altar of Kings is done. Altar of Storms will take a little bit longer, as things are now getting properly set up. Now, on a map like Twisted Meadows, strange things can happen. And what is going on here? Why are those peasants actually... Okay, they actually mined harvest number here, returned here, and then went up here to start harvesting this tree, just so that when this peasant popped out, he could build a farm as well. Are we going to speed build this farm a little bit? Yes, we are. That is the build order. Otherwise, you do end up being supply blocked just a little bit when you try and train up this one footman here. We are going to see a peasant now make its way out from focus and just doing a little bit of proper scouting. Now, if you guys are new to WarCraft 3, well, thank you for watching. I hope you guys do subscribe. If you guys are new to WarCraft 3, the job of what I would thought would be the Blade Master, instead it's going to be the Farseer. The job of the Orc Hero is to really shut down this Archmage from getting to level 3. This Archmage has an easy trip to level 2 already. You're going to see him drop down another Water Elemental Militia now being called over. And here we go. Militia going to start to run in and engage. And as soon as it does that, we will see an ensnare on some peasants. We may actually see this one militia actually retreat and hightail it out of there, as it does not want to engage. Alright, double Water Elementals. A boulder to the head, as the Rock Golem now getting taken down. Tome of Knowledge, Belt of Giant Strength. Not very useful items, as the militia now going to clear up the rest of the Troll Trappers and the Troll High Priest. You can see one Troll Trapper down, another Troll Trapper down, and all this High Priest can do is perhaps heal himself once in a while and get killed. Alright, Archmage sitting at 146 mana, now chasing after a Farseer, as we are going to see the Farseer come in from focus already. So the focus coming in with an unusual hero, and you can see that these militia or these peasants are actually getting taken down by this Spirit Wolf. The Spirit Wolf does a good job, finds a low hit point unit. Oh, gonna go after another unit there. Is it gonna get it? Yes, it does. And the time life comes to an end. I believe that unit was taken down by the Farseer, but by only 25 experience. I'm not 100% sure about that. I don't know how much experience an actual peasant does give, as we are now going into this matchup. Alright, the Spirit Wolves do move a little bit faster again than that, than the Water Elemental. Water Elemental pretty much zoned out of play already, trying to chase after the rest of these faster moving units. One of the benefits of the Farseer is that he does have 2 wolves, and they also have a faster movement speed. The Water Elemental is tankier and beefier, has a little bit of range, but there's only one of them as well. So Grunts and Footmen now just doing a little bit of that standard dance in the center portion here. Alright, Wolves now coming off to engage against those Footmen. Meanwhile, that Archmage sitting at level 2 does have Brilliant Aura and is gonna just work this nicely as he now moves into what I believe to be the mid-game. Now, we can see a tech to tier 2 already coming in from one of these players, Focus, so we should have a second hero soon. The question is, what is the second hero going to be? As the Farseer does normally well with the Tauren Chieftain. Shadow Hunter, not that great of an option, and the Blade Master is more of a primary hero than a secondary hero, as we see the Farseer now going after the Null Wardens. Alright, units getting taken out one at a time. The Farseer should be able to get to level 2 here in just a moment, and then he will get Chain Lightning most likely, as Farsight is perhaps one of the most useless abilities, especially here on Twisted Meadows, when all you need to do is build a farm over at the Goblin Laboratory. Now, Grunts are engaging. Farseer now looking to back away. We can see that the Archmage is here. And is that Archmage going to run into that Archmage going to run into the Farseer? Yes and no, just passing each other in the night. as the Farseer still looking to do a bit more creeping. In terms of strategy, I don't really see any significant strategy coming out from either of these players. Both of these players are pretty much playing standard, just trying to creep, trying to harass all at the same time, and trying to posture themselves in the mid game. It's going to take a little bit of time before we finally see what that strategy will be, as the Archmage does have a lot of hit points there. Will be forcing one, if not both, of these Spirit Wolves to back off. We can see Spirit Lodge now coming in. Tauren Chieftain is going to be backing up that hero of the Farseer, as the Wolves now trying to give chase and take down this Archmage. Alright, one Wolf does get taken down. A second Wolf may get taken down as well. As you can see, the Feral Spirit Wolf already down to 24 hit points. There it goes. And it really feels like the human player is just playing this beautifully, and he may actually be able to come out ahead as long as he takes down the Spirit Wolves and continues to level up. Level 3 already, and getting about halfway or a quarter of the way to level 4, and that is going to make a tremendous amount of difference, as the Farseer still is only sitting at level 2. Albeit level 2 is very, very close to level 3 at this stage. Tauren Chieftain now going to join in on the fight, and are we going to perhaps see a Stomp or a Shockwave? That is going to be the question at hand, as the Tauren Chieftain now giving chase. No Endurance Aura for some strange reason. Tauren Chieftain just slipping off over there, as the Footmen are now looking to back off and retreat. Human, sitting at 30 over 42 supply, is taking the tier 2 now at tier 2. Meanwhile, Tauren Chieftain is already out, obviously indicating that like Anivia, the blue Orc player, is already at tier 2, and now setting up some more burrows back and around. Both of these players just really focusing more on their micros than their macro stage, not really definitive strategies, and the Farseer and the Tauren Chieftain now looking to perhaps get in a little bit more creeping. Footmen are now making a move down. Archmage still sitting at level 3, perhaps going to try to militia creep out this shop over here, or just, yes, it is going to be a militia creep, as you can see the militia already making their way down. Archmage sitting at level 3 may drop a second water elemental. We'll just wait for it, as the human player does want to absorb a lot of damage on those water elementals, and then let their time life come into play, essentially preventing about 600 points of damage if that water elemental gets down to below or around 75. Here we have Farseer sitting at 3, Tauren Chieftain sitting at 1. This is going to find the level 3, perhaps level 1 combination with the human in a very, very bad way. What is the hero of choice? It is going to be that Mountain King. And we still see the Orc player now coming in with the Spirit Walkers and Spirit Link, going to make it very, very easy for this Tauren Chieftain to get to level 2 and mitigate much of that damage. Alright, Farseer engaging up against a Priest. You can see that little orb of lightning, or that little lightning ball, dealing some easy shots, as the Farseer now looking to back away once more. Alright, is the Orc player Focus going to be able to creep out the other Goblin Merchant camp? If it does, then the hero and level advantage is simply going to be too strong. But no, Farseer now simply engages. Here we go. Spirit Link has been cast, and now both sides are fighting. Oh, the Gnoll Overseer is joining in on the fight, trying to take down some of the Orc units. Raiders now come in, get off a quick ensnare on one of those priests, as more units will be falling. Another Spirit Wolf may get taken down, as the Mountain King trying to make its way over. There's currently sitting on only one Raider at this time. The Wolves, oh wow, there goes that one Footman finally. The Wolves still just trying to continue to critical strike their way through. A lot of damage is being dealt. There's a Sorceress now getting ensnared, as we now see level 3 on the Tauren Chieftain. And things went from bad to unwinnable for Agatha in just a amount of seconds. But if Anivia loses either of his heroes, that could be a change in the reversal in the game that we need to see in order for a human to get back. Alright, the Farseer seeing that still level 3. There's some more Chain Lightning, and it looks as though the Grunts are just going to be engaging again. Alright, Mountain King down to 65, 52 hit points. Is it going to get taken out? Yes, it does, by a Shockwave, and that is pretty much going to be it. Human player doesn't stand a chance, and that is going to be most likely the GG, as the Archmage will be falling. And there it goes. All right, there is the game, I believe, coming in from Agatha. As yes, Agatha has lost game 1. We will now be moving on to game 2. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.